Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. And this one is another request from... Alright, here we go. I've got to check this one again. Lazerjetjordanscottcrawford. It sounds like he was a former member of the Avengers or something. Anyway, so for this one, he wants to see a trip from Liverpool Lime Street to Warrington Central, which is quite a short run actually. Now I get the impression from his requests that he's sticking to the area that he knows pretty well, especially when you look at the choice of trains. So for this one, it's a Class 150, which is a two coach, they all are. But yeah, it does really have that sort of, he really gives that sense of, okay, yeah, he knows these areas that he's choosing and commutes on them quite often, because yeah, it's always like very much commuter demus that are his choice of train. So he didn't give any other specifics, so I've set it to autumn. I've set it to a cloudy day because, hey, it's Liverpool to Warrington, so it's certainly not going to be bright sunny. And I've set it for 10:30 in the morning because why not? So, okay, let's get this one up and running. So here we are in the Class 150. The first thing that you'll notice is that, okay, it's still a bit cramped in here, but it's a damn sight better than the cab of the 156. I mean, okay, that's not setting the bar very high, but yeah, it is a significant improvement. Anyway, first things first, let's get the thing up and running. Okay, that's the test. That's right, forward to 100%. Let's get the lights sorted out. So we're running at night, so we can have, right, marker lights. We want instrument lights. I mean, it doesn't make a hell of a lot of difference. Destination indicator, even though I haven't set it. Right. That is all of that done. Let's get a look outside. So here we have our Class 150. I don't mind the Class 150s actually. They're not bad looking things. Certainly a million times better than these pieces of shit next to them. The Class 142s. Awful fucking trains. I just know the day is coming fairly soon where I'm going to be asked to drive one of them. So, right, we're all set. Let's head off. Okay, let's not head off because I've forgotten to do something. I've got to turn off the that, yeah. Right, okay, what have I forgotten to do? Why are we not moving? That is in forward. I've got the lights set. I've got the DRA okay. We should be alright. But we ain't. Now I was working absolutely fine last time. Why am I not moving now? Answers on a postcard, because I really do not have any idea why we're not moving. Okay, let's put it back to forward now. Oh, no, I thought for a minute we were moving. Right, I've done everything that I did last time, and I'm all set. So why am I now not moving? Brakes are off. DRA switch, I'm sure, has to be off. Or rather, it has to be on. Now, yeah, I heard the engine sound there. Yeah, we did start moving then. So, yeah, it's obviously to do with the DRA thing. So there you go. Anyway, we are finally up and running. Fucking hell. Acceleration rate of these things, I mean, okay, I realise I had it at, you know, full throttle, but yeah, the acceleration of these things is always a lot faster than I am expecting. I always expect the 150s to be pretty sort of like unremarkable, but they actually perform pretty fucking well. So, yes, we are making our way through what feels like fucking purgatory. I mean, look at the state of this place. Absolutely horrendous. Of course, this is what you see when you are coming in here. It really does make you sort of feel like you're entering some post-apocalyptic fucking hellhole. But then, as I said last time, you are coming into Liverpool, so yeah, you pretty much are. Losing a bit of speed, so let's get some of it back. I mean, we are approaching a 40 mph section anyway, so anyway, I forgot to mention the distance to Warrington from here. It's a bit late now, but yeah, it was just under 19 miles, so it is a fairly short route that Mr. Lazerjet has chosen. So yeah, we'll do an all stops service to sort of lengthen this run a little bit. So Edge Hill is our first stop. In fact, we barely left the sort of like, you know, the horrendous apocalyptic zone when we have to stop at Edge Hill. We've also got a 30 mph section coming up, so let's yeah, I must admit, it's, when I was saying about the 150s, yeah, I was of course getting it mixed up. It's the 350s that I'm familiar with. The only difference is that the 350 is the electric version with the overhead, yeah, with the pantograph, taking the power from the overhead cables. But they used to run on the Southern Victoria to Liverpool Street line, so yeah, I was familiar with them from that. But yeah, they were good. I did like those. So that's why the speed reduction to 30. Right. Yeah, brakes on the 150 are not great. They're not fantastic on the 350 either. So here we are at Edge Hill. At least we're out in the open, away from that horrendous exit. So very short stop there. Onwards. Okay, yeah, now we can go. So this thing does seem to struggle a bit when it's setting off from a standing start. The 350s don't have that issue, but then I mean 350s with their electric motors, it's understandable that they wouldn't have it. I have no experience of the 450s, so I couldn't tell you how they compare, but I would imagine they would probably compare favourably again, the electric power rather than the diesel. Okay, so we can get up to 30, but yeah, we have an 80 mph section coming up pretty soon, just under 3/4 of a mile. That will be very welcome. So from a distance I thought that was a fucking class 66. Couldn't have been more wrong. So yeah, we're on a 1 in 94 uphill section. I thought we were losing speed at quite a rapid old rate there. I dare say, yeah, we're off the rather tight curve, and I think, yeah, the uphill section will be over once we hit that 80 mph section, and we can just really crank up the speed and see what this thing can do. So here we are into the 80 mph section, and now we can really let rip. Mossley Hill station is coming up. There are an awful lot of stations that are very close to each other on this line. Okay, so less than 3/4 of a mile. We can put it into we're on a downhill section now. I think we need to start braking earlier than I normally would like. About half a mile. Yeah, brakes took a bit of cutting in, but once they do cut in, fucking hell, you really do feel it. Okay, so here we are at Mossley Hill Station. Yeah, another very short stop. That's what I was waiting for. Alright, let's get underway. So our 70 mph section is about to go up to an 80 mph section, but yeah, our next station is just over half a mile away, West Allerton. Is that the station that had its name changed? Or was it just Allerton that had its name changed? Ah, now is that flashing yellow for us? It looks like it might be. It is. Well, it's going to be flashing for a while because I'm stopping at West Allerton, so... overshot it a bit, but not the end of the world. It's, yeah, in fact those doors could have easily opened. This one, yeah, that would have been no good, but yeah, these two were absolutely fine. There we go. Liverpool South Parkway. Now I'm pretty sure that's the one that had its name changed. It was originally, I say, something Allerton. That's something I wasn't expecting to see. I don't think that was a 66. It looked like a 59, but not pulling anything at all. So technically Liverpool South Parkway is a new station, but really they just built it, say, on top of the old, whatever it was, Allerton station. I made damn sure we stopped in time here. So, yep, here we are at Liverpool South Parkway. There you go. Okay, so now we're approaching the change to whichever line it's moving us to. Or is it? Yeah, it's going to send us down here instead of straight on. Get into a 30 mph section. Yeah, just remember to say, me saying that all this section is like, you know, Merseyside and Lancashire, but Warrington is not Lancashire, is it? Warrington is Cheshire. Okay, so 85 section now. There we go. Mind you, we can't build up a hell of a lot of speed because we've got Hunts Cross station coming up in 3/4 of a mile. But yeah, it stretches a rail like this, which is why I say this is a good route for either people who are new to the game or don't have like much sort of conviction if they're in, you know, as far as their abilities in the game, because you've got a lot of these sort of very straight sections and there's not a hell of a lot of like signalling on them, so you can then concentrate on, like, you know, your throttle control, such as what you need, and your braking when you're approaching stations. And you can clearly see mine needs a lot of work done to it. So I approach stations far too slowly, and I brake way too early. Actually, it's always one of two extremes. I either brake far too early or far too late. See, as far as where I'm supposed to stop, that was not too bad, I think. So, Hunts Cross. I'm sure I could make some changes to that station name. So, Halewood is the next station. See, not a single signal between us leaving that station and the approach to this one. And it is completely gun barrel straight. half a mile. I think we're going to have to start scrubbing a bit of speed off. But not that much. See, this is just a perfect illustration of what I was saying. Braking way too early. I mean, if this was like career scenario, I'd be fucking it up something fierce because I'm just so slow on the approaches to the stations because I brake too early. Anyway, here we are at Halewood. When it comes to the scenery, it's no Cornish Riviera, is it? So Warrington Central is now as near as damn it 10 miles away. Looks like we've got a bit of a gap between us here and the next station. Of course, as soon as I say that, the next station then crops up. So is this Huey Green or is it Howell Green? I have no idea how you pronounce it. It looks like Howell Green, but I always call it Huey Green. Trying to get up to 60 before I start braking. Looks like we're going to do it quite easily actually. Yeah, there we go. We're still over a mile away, so... start braking 2/3 of a mile away and get us down to mid-40s again. I mean, the brakes on this thing are pretty fierce. They really do bring the speed down pretty sharp. So I'm slowing down at such a rate that yeah, nowhere near needing to stop. Do a shaving up a bit more than that. Yeah. And now we're practically here, so yeah. Okay, so here we are at Huey Green. Definitely archetypal Victorian style ticket office and station building there. Now, I have a funny feeling it's not very long at all before the next station crops up. Hey, there are so many of these like small commuter stations around here. And if old Lazerjet is from this sort of area, if he's from like the Liverpool way, chances are he knows every single one of these stations. So the next station is Widnes, so we're definitely into the old rugby league territory now. So we'll start to coast and apply brakes at about 2,000 miles from the station. Again, way too early. Not even like a third of a mile from the station still. Okay, so here we are at Widnes again, very archetypal Victorian yeah, station building. Again, very short stops at these places. looks like we got a fair distance between, yeah, Widnes and the next station. I can't believe the next station is Warrington Central itself. But it does at least mean we're able to get some decent speed up. I mean, the 150s don't have the best acceleration rate, but they ain't that bad. Especially when you're on a section that is just completely gun barrel straight like this. So this is the fastest we've been on this entire run. That's 65. And the next station is coming up. And it is, yeah, thank you for Penkes. I can only assume that Sankey and Penkes are like so close to each other that it was decided they didn't warrant their own stations. They must be really close to each other, because you've seen how close some of the stations have been on this route, but they still got, like, you know, individual stations for each of them. So we'll start braking when we are, yeah, 2/3 of a mile. Considering we were getting close to 70 mph, it may well be that we won't be braking too early this time. I say that, I still have to reduce the brakes. I'm relatively sure, relatively, that this is the last station before Warrington, because I mean, Warrington Central is only 2.8 miles away. And okay, on this line they seem determined to cram as many stations as they can along the route, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the last one. So yeah, it's as near as, damn it, 2.5 miles to Warrington. Yeah, don't look like a bad station. So there we go, that was Sankey for Penkes. Onwards to what I believe will be the last station, but, well, I guess we'll soon find out. So we have a speed reduction coming up in just over a mile. Well, it is a mile now. The speed limit reduction to 50 mph. Now that tells me that Warrington is the next station. alert for the... actually, I don't even need to ease off the acceleration yet. I haven't even reached 50. So there is Warrington on the route display. Alright, so let's shave off. There we go. Now we're on a 1 in 180, so I don't want to lose too much speed going uphill. Carry on gaining speed for it's not at a particularly fast rate. We've now got another speed decrease coming up in half a mile to 40. Surely notch 3 is going to... No, notch 3 isn't even increasing our speed. Oh, well, we don't need to be increasing our speed anyway. So here we are at Warrington Central. That is where this run terminates. So there we are. That was Liverpool Lime Street to Warrington Central. If you like your scenic routes, this is probably not one for you. But yeah, I did quite like the 150 once I was eventually able to get it going. Yeah, 150 loco ain't bad. So let's see how we did. I suspect not very well. Only one speeding. I'll certainly take that. Yeah, that was right at the start as well. So yeah, I did alright in that thing. Certainly better than I thought I would. So there we go. That then was Liverpool to Warrington Central. Yeah. Alright, anyway, that one done. We'll see you in the next one.